What's up, guys? Welcome back to my Patreon. This is a video I'm actually going to be releasing on YouTube and my Patreon. It's going to be a free video and kind of just showing you guys what you guys can expect on my Patreon. So hopefully you guys subscribe and get a membership on my Patreon. Today it's going to be real simple, just going over kick mechanics, right? How to kick somebody, a rear kick and a switch kick, okay? When it comes to how to kick somebody, there's no one right way to kick somebody. It's all about what you want to do, right? So if you want to kick somebody as hard as you can and you want to have the most balance, then this is going to be the best way when it comes to that. I'll kind of go over a couple different ways that people kick and a couple different ways that people practice kicking when they're shadow boxing and stuff, to kind of give you like a little bit of contrast so you guys can see the difference between how I kick, which is Muay Thai style kick, and how other people may kick, and just give you a little bit of just a little bit of a different perspective on how you guys should be thinking about when you're kicking. So the number one thing that I'm going to stress when it comes to how you kick is the way your upper body moves with your lower body, right? It's pretty simple. This is what you never want when you're kicking. You never want the same side arm that you're kicking on to go behind you. You never want this. You never want this, okay? That takes away from the power. If I kick somebody and this arm comes this way, my upper body is taking away momentum from my kick, and it's just putting my body in an awkward position. So I'm not gonna do that. So my upper body is gonna go in the same direction that I'm kicking, right? I'm going to use my upper body when I kick because it makes it a harder kick. Some people just kick like this. Some people just kick with their legs, right? But when I kick, I use my upper body when I kick, okay? I'm gonna break it down into upper body and then lower body. So starting with the upper body, what does my upper body do when I'm doing this? We're gonna start off with the rear kick. When I hit this rear kick, my right leg is going to my left. So my upper body is gonna rotate to my left, and then my arm is gonna touch my shoulder here. Boom. Boom, okay? The man who taught me this since my first day of Muay Thai was Johnny Parsons. He would drill this over and over again every day when I would show up to class, and he's the man who came up with this technique and how to kick like this. So I credit all this to him. It's all about balance, and it's all about power, and it's all about just making sure your body's in the best position to kick somebody. So this is how we're going to shadow box it. So my upper body is going to the left, and my arm is coming across and touching my shoulder. Boom. You guys see how I'm loading up this kick? And then when I go to kick, my arm is extending and it's meeting my leg at the same time, okay? So it's not gonna do this, it's not gonna go away. You see how my arm is not aligned with my leg? When I go to kick, I'm loading up like this, and then when I extend, it's right in line with my leg. So I'm gonna do just one kick real quick, just so you guys can see how it looks. And then I come back, okay? If you kick hard and then your arm comes back a little bit, that's not the biggest deal, but the biggest thing is like your chest, right? So here, as I kick, this arm extends, boom, okay? So that's kind of the mechanics of how you first start the kick. Now the second part is going to be how you practice shadow kicking and how your body's gonna land. So when I do this, I'm not gonna kick and then pull my leg back. That's gonna take away so much power from my kick. I'm not gonna slow my momentum down so I can bring my leg back. I'm gonna kick as hard as I can. Right now, I'm gonna kick as hard as I can, whether I fall or not. I'm gonna imagine somebody's right here, I'm gonna kick them as hard as I can. Boom. And then I'm coming back, right? So I'm letting my momentum fall forward, and then I'm bringing it back, okay? Same thing with the switch kick, all right? So I'm just gonna kind of go through this real quick. I'm switching my feet, and then my arm is touching my other shoulder, and my upper body is rotating the way that the kick is going. Boom. So I'm gonna hit the switch kick real quick. Boom. One more time. Okay, I'm I'm gonna kind of skip over the switch kick a little bit. I don't want the video to be too long. I'm gonna do a couple shadow kicks, and then I'm gonna show you a variation of how you guys can shadow your kicks. So this is how I usually like to practice my shadow kicks. I kick, I fall forward, and then I bring my leg back. It helps me practice missing my kick and then getting my stance back. So if I'm in a fight, I kick and I miss. Okay, now I'm right back here. Second way you guys can kick is you guys can kick and do a 180. So I'm gonna kick, boom, now I'm gonna turn. Now I'm facing this way, okay? So I kick, I load up, I kick, and then as my leg comes down, I turn. Now I'm facing this way. This helps me kick long. So I'm not trying to just kick in one spot. I'm trying to kick somebody who's like outside of my kicking range. If I can only kick somebody when they're inside my kicking range, that's limiting me. Most people think that you can only kick somebody when they're in kicking range. Nah, you can kick them when they're, I don't have any here, let me say this. Just for reference, I'll use my keys. I'll put the keys right here, pan to the keys. Okay, so my keys are right here. This isn't the best example, but my keys are right here, and I'm standing right here. If a person was standing where the keys are, they're outside of my kicking range, right? Well, not if I kick like this. If I kick like this, boom. Now I'm right where my keys are. You know what I'm saying? And then I can go back the other way. Boom. You guys see how I'm kicking and I'm covering distance? That's kind of the purpose of this style. A little bit of a quick video. I didn't really go into all the details that I wanted to because I didn't want the video to be too long. If you guys want to see more in-depth details on how to kick, Muay Thai basics across the board, I love going into details. I love explaining things. I love not just like settling for what is like surface level or what is considered the best by everybody. So the way I think, I'm not gonna just throw a jab like this and think that that's just a jab. I'm gonna experiment with it. I'm gonna find different ways to throw a jab. I'm gonna find different reasons to throw a jab. Same thing with a kick, a kick, a cross, a hook, an elbow, a knee. That's kind of how I like to think. So if you guys want to kind of see more of that, go ahead and head over to my Patreon. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.